Leap year is like the Olympics. Every 4 years it comes around. But that doesn't mean that a lot of sports have happened on this day. Yes, there have been some tournaments and games won, but nothing significant that sticks out. But one thing that does stick out in sports is the vertical jump. It's very common and very important in some sports, and a great measure of athletic ability. Today we're going to go on to the history of the vertical leap. Today on Daily Sports History. Welcome to Daily Sports History. I'm Ethan Reese, your guide to a rapid deep dive into sports history every day. The ability to jump is a fundamental skill in many sports. You have sports that are specific, such as the high jump and the long jump, where the jump is crucial and necessary. Then you have other sports, such as soccer and football, where jumping isn't as important, but still a vital part. You jump to catch the ball, you jump to try to block a kick. But it's not crucial, but it's a great use to measure an athlete's readiness, an athlete's physical abilities, and how well they might be able to participate in the sport. The vertical jump test was first described in 1921, where researchers were trying to see if this could actually help measure how much athletic ability an athlete actually had, and trying to determine which physical characteristics were important to maximize an athlete's abilities. And they were measuring there are many factors that go into the vertical jump. The muscular force to produce, the jumping technique, the joint mobility, and other physical factors such as age, body composition, weight, and height. Several investigations have examined the relationship between muscular strength and vertical jump performance. There's a positive correlation between the two. However, it is not the only explainer. There's also a correlation between the force and the body weight ratios that is displaced in the jump. As the more weight you have, the more force you have to use to get up in the air. And jumping technique also plays an important role. Whether you use an arm swing or lack thereof one can highly affect how high you actually jump. Using the arm swing as a counter movement allows you to jump even higher, rather than keeping your arms completely still. Now, the NFL is famous for their combine, where they put players through a series of tests to test their athletic ability. And the vertical jump has been one of those abilities. And ever since it first was held in 1982, it's been a staple that we have all watched. And in 2002, Gerald Sensabaugh of North Carolina set the record for a 46-inch vertical jump from a standing position. Now, for the NBA, a sport that is predicated on jumping, there have been many who set a record even higher. It is said there are 3 players that have the highest vertical leap in NBA history. There's Darrell Griffin, then 2 Hall of Famers, Wilt Chamberlain and Michael Jordan, all tied for having a vertical jump of 48 inches. Though vertical jumps are a part of sports, it doesn't mean necessarily if you have a high vertical that you will be good in the sport. You also need skill to go along with it. But it is an important measure and has become a part of how we judge athletes. We're in awe of a player that can jump over 40 inches, as that is super high. And many of us could only dream of having that vertical. And it shows how these are professional athletes. They go above and beyond than we actually do as regular people. And it's amazing to think, what would happen if we could jump 48 inches? Thank you for listening to today's Daily Sports History. If you like this, please go tell a friend. Please rate and review wherever you're listening. The production of the show is done by yours truly, completely by himself, completely by myself. And I'd love to hear how much you're enjoying the show. And come back tomorrow for more Daily Sports History.